Did you know that 400 people die from drowning in a sinking car every year, just in the US? Once a car starts sinking, there is very little time. And even the smallest mistake can mean the difference between life and death. You need to stay focused, act fast, and be efficient. So pay close attention to the video, because it just might save your life one day. First, you need to understand why speed and efficacy are so essential to your survival in a situation like this. There are several things you need to be aware of. Once the car starts sinking, you will have to battle the external pressure of the water in order to get out. At a depth of just 10 meters, the pressure of the water is twice that of the pressure near the surface. Opening the door will probably be impossible. And the more you sink, the harder it will become. In order to open the doors, you need the pressure inside the vehicle to equalize by letting the water flow inside the car. If the door doesn't open, you will most likely try opening the windows, but that probably ain't happening either. Even if the electronics are still functioning. You will only have 30 to 60 seconds on average until the water reaches the bottom of the passenger windows. The water pressure will then block the window against the door frame. So the next step would be to try and smash the window, preferably with something sharp and made of metal. And, by the time your car fills up completely, your chances of surviving will be very slim. But, hang on. Let's start back at the beginning. So you are driving down the road. Something happens, and you lose control. Time goes into slow motion as you realize what is happening. By no means should you unbuckle yourself before the crash, because you never know what might happen next. And the last thing you want is to hit your head and pass out while sinking. But before even thinking of dealing with the drowning part, you first need to deal with the crash itself, which could be horrifying.
Help me!
I got fire department going.
I don't know what to do. The car is sinking. It's to my right. It's up to my right. It's going down fast.
And do not even bother with the doors. Even if you manage to open them, the sudden huge rush of water might confuse and disorient you. The moment you hit the water, but not sooner, unbuckle your seatbelt. Instead of fighting with the doors, try opening the window right after you hit the water. Or find something to smash it with. There are some simple and non-expensive window smashing tools. So buy one and keep it in your car for emergencies. It might one day save your life. If you don't have a special tool, you can use a heavy object with a pointed tip, like a hammer, wrench, or a big screwdriver. And aim for the upper corner of the window where the glass is weaker. Here are some bonus tips. If you can easily remove your headrest, you can use its metal prongs to hit the window. Even a stiletto heel can be useful. Or, if nothing else is there, your elbow just might do the trick. But remember, break the window, not the windshield. The windshield is made out of much stronger crash-resistant safety glass. It will be difficult to break. Not to mention time-consuming. And time is something you do not have. Now you have your way out, but the water is getting in fast, so what's next? If you have kids, they have to go first. It will be very difficult for them to fight the water rushing in, and they will certainly be afraid and unable to hear you. If you have more than one kid, start with the oldest. Then take the youngest kid in your arm and exit the vehicle. Hopefully, you all get to the surface and survive. But let's go back again and envision the toughest scenario. Let's say for some reason you didn't manage to break the glass. Not much to do but wait for the car to fill up with water. Your chances will be slim, but as long as there's a chance, don't give up. Once the car is filled, the pressure will be stabilized and you will possibly be able to open the door. Remember to take a few deep breaths before the air runs out. That way you fill up your lungs and blood with oxygen, similar to how freedivers prepare for a dive. Then take one last big breath and try to get to the surface. So let's try to summarize what we talked about. To make it simple, here are the 4 steps you need to remember. Once you've hit the water, remember this: seatbelt, window, kids, out. I hope you liked today's video, and I also hope you will never ever need it. If you like videos of this kind and want to get clear and concrete advice on surviving dangerous situations, just comment down below, and I will gladly make more of them. As always, stay safe and keep surviving.